I believe there is one big benefit in the career of a project manager. Once you get experience in project management and leadership, a wide variety of career options appear before you. So let's talk about project manager's career path. I will explain you the main points that you should be aware of at each stage. Let's dive in. Hello, I'm Dmitry Nizhbetsky from Project Management Basics, and I help people just like you to become a project manager from any role you are currently at. So if you want to become a PM, subscribe to this channel now so that you don't miss any valuable tips. The most challenging part in the whole career of a project manager is getting your first project management role. You see, it's not enough to have education or some talents and skills to become a project manager, because a lot of people, interactions and relationships are involved. Someone needs to give you an opportunity to show your capabilities as a project manager. Someone needs to entrust you people and resources and reputation of a company so that you can try yourself as a PM. So believe me, it's much easier to become a project manager in a company that you already work in and you have some relationships built with your leadership. Alright, as an entry point you can become an assistant project manager or project coordinator or junior project manager. And in general there are two major entry points for you. You go into the companies with already established project management approach, or you go into smaller companies that do some kind of projects. Usually bigger companies and enterprises do have such roles as an assistant project manager and the project coordinator. Yes, the entry-level salaries in these companies are a bit higher, but likewise the requirements to a project manager is higher too. Therefore, even an entry-level project manager might need some level of experience and certifications like CAPM, which stands for Certified Associate in Project Management. But I strongly believe that it's much easier to get into a smaller company, get a leadership position and build up from there. I think you will be able to level up your salary to the salary of a bigger company much faster, and you won't waste time on getting all the certifications and getting some experience before you land that job opportunity of your dream. So find a small company that does projects, get a job there and state your desire to become a project manager there from the day number one. You will stay on a junior PM level for about 6 to 18 months. It strongly depends on your ability to finish projects successfully, to understand the project management and to show that you are capable of leading projects on your own. Okay, and one important note. Keep in mind that these roles, junior PM, senior PM or mid-level PM, are not standardized. Each company has its own understanding on what it means. Some companies have higher standards, some lower standards, so it's wise to change the organization you're working after 1 or 2 years, especially at the beginning of your career. It will give you better salaries and the ability to gain experience in a new environment. It's crucial. Okay, at some point you will prove yourself reliable. You will prove that you can lead projects on your own without any supervision. That's actually the mid-level for project managers. Here your main goal is to get experience and finish all the projects successfully. You may spend about 3 to 5 years here, but again it depends on the organization and the kind of projects that you do. Once you have 3 or more years of practical experience, I do recommend you getting the Project Management Professional Certification, which is PMP. This certification will help you to systemize your experience and get the required knowledge to run bigger projects. And soon you will get to the senior level. As you can see, I suggest you to get the certification only after you have a lot of years of experience. Nowadays people try to get the PMP certification without ever trying to lead people or run a project. But again, I want to point out that you don't need any certifications to run smaller projects in smaller companies. However, if you can get sponsorship from the company to get any kind of certifications or trainings, do use it as much as possible. Alright, now you get to the senior PM level. At this level you usually run a high impact projects or you help other project managers to run their smaller projects. Usually you become a senior project manager when you have more experience and knowledge than the average project manager in your company. Starting from this point, your professional development isn't measured by years of experience or certifications that you have. It's about the value you create for the organization you work in. You see, you can share your experience, you can run projects that no other project manager can finish successfully. You can help other project managers to finish their project successfully. Therefore, the more value you bring to the company, the better your chances to move further the career path. From here you can branch out into different directions. The direct path is move higher the project management ladder and get into a role of a program manager. A program manager leads a group of projects that pursue one goal. So now you will be managing other project managers and you will ensure that they collaborate with one another to finish all the projects and reach that goal. Quite possible to do that you will need to get the program management professional from PMI. That will give you the required knowledge and skills to manage programs because it's a bit different from running projects. From program manager you may make a step higher to portfolio manager. A portfolio manager manages programs and projects. As a portfolio manager you start to move from project management to actually business management. You'll get an authority to select projects that you think are suitable to pursue the strategic goals of an organization. Therefore, you will need additional education in the business management, so you might need to get MBA or something similar. Likewise, you may try to get the portfolio management professional from PMI. And with the experience of a portfolio management, you may try to get into the executive level and become a CEO of a company. Okay, but likewise, from senior project management level, you may want to dive deeper into project management. So if you want to remain in the project management landscape, you need to look into the project management office. In big companies, it's a separate department that helps to improve the culture of project management in the organization. So here you have an opportunity to apply your project management skills and knowledge to have an impact across all the projects in this company. But again, keep in mind that you need to find a bigger company to work in, because this PMI needs to have enough authority and functions for you to develop as a professional project manager. Okay, there is also another direction that you can take from the senior PM level. You can become a project management consultant, auditor, or some kind of a trainer. So here you will help other companies to establish their project management, or you will try to improve it on a one-time basis. Likewise, they may contract you to do some high-impact projects that they don't have enough expertise to manage with in-house resources. Likewise, they may ask you to rescue a critical project to save their company, business, or some endeavor. It's more of entrepreneurial direction for a project manager. And that's the direction that I choose. So I help people to become a project manager. I have an online course that helps anyone to become a PM from any role. So if you want to become a project manager, subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. But before we go, tell me, what path will you choose? Do you want to stay on a senior level, or do you want to get to the executive level? Or maybe you want to be a PMO or an independent project manager? Let me know your answer in the comments below or in this poll right here. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Do check the description below, there are a lot of good resources for you.